You're talking to someone and you can see it happening. Their eyes glaze over. They start looking around the room. They check their phone. They give you one-word answers. They're physically there, but mentally they checked out 5 minutes ago. And here's the brutal truth. It's probably something you're doing, some conversational habit that's quietly killing the interaction without you realizing it. Today, we're breaking down the specific conversation mistakes that make people lose interest, so you can stop making them and actually keep people engaged when you talk. Let's dive in. Mistake number 1. You monologue instead of conversate. This is the biggest killer. You ask someone a question, they give a brief answer, and then you launch into a 10-minute story about yourself. Or worse, you don't even ask questions. You just talk at them about your life, your thoughts, your experiences. Here's what's happening psychologically. Conversation is supposed to be a tennis match, back and forth. But you've turned it into a lecture, and nobody signed up to be your audience. People lose interest because they feel like props in your performance, not participants in an exchange. Watch for this. If you've been talking for more than 60 to 90 seconds without the other person contributing, you've gone too long. If you realize they haven't spoken in several minutes, you're monologuing. How to fix it? Set a mental timer. After you share something, pass the conversation back. What about you? Have you experienced something similar? Get their input. Make space for them to contribute. Conversation is collaboration, not a solo performance. Mistake number 2. You one-up everything they say. They tell you about their vacation. You immediately tell them about your better vacation. They mention they're tired. You tell them how much more exhausted you are. They share an accomplishment. You top it with yours. This is called conversational narcissism. Every topic becomes about you. Every story they tell triggers you to tell a bigger story. Here's the psychology. When you one-up someone, you're communicating that their experience doesn't matter, that it's only valuable as a springboard to talk about yourself. People feel diminished, not heard, and they lose interest because they realize you're not actually interested in them. How to fix it? When someone shares something, respond to their experience first. Ask follow-up questions. Show genuine curiosity. Sit with their story before bringing yourself into it. If you do relate with your own experience, keep it brief and connect it back to them. That happened to me too. It's tough. How did you handle it? Make your story serve theirs, not replace it. Mistake number 3. You don't ask follow-up questions. Someone tells you something and you just say cool or that's nice and then change the subject or go silent. You're not digging deeper. You're not showing curiosity. You're treating their sharing like a checkbox to get through. Here's the psychology. Follow-up questions show you're actually listening and that you care. When you don't ask them, people feel like you're just waiting for your turn to talk. And when people feel unheard, they stop trying to be heard. They lose interest in the conversation because the conversation isn't really about connection. It's just two people waiting to speak. How to fix it? Train yourself to ask at least one follow-up question before moving on. They mentioned they had a rough week. Don't just say that sucks. Ask what made it rough, or how are you handling it? Go one layer deeper. This simple habit transforms surface-level chit-chat into actual conversation. Mistake number 4. You give advice when they just want to be heard. Someone shares a problem and you immediately jump into fix-it mode. Here's what you should do. Have you tried this? If I were you, I would. They didn't ask for solutions. They wanted empathy. And now they feel lectured instead of supported. Here's the psychology. Most people don't share problems because they need you to solve them. They share because they need to process, vent, or feel understood. When you immediately offer solutions, you're implying they're incapable of figuring it out themselves. This makes them feel dismissed, and they lose interest in opening up to you. How to fix it? Before offering advice, ask, do you want help brainstorming solutions, or do you just need to vent? Or simply offer empathy first. That sounds really frustrating. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Let them feel heard before you try to fix anything. Often, that's all they needed. Mistake number 5. You talk about topics only you care about. You spend 20 minutes explaining the intricacies of your hobby, your work project, or some niche interest without checking if the other person is actually engaged. Here's the thing. Your passion doesn't automatically translate to their interest. If you're not reading the room, if you're not noticing their body language or lack of questions, you're just lecturing someone who's too polite to walk away. How to fix it? Gauge their interest. After a minute or two, check in. Am I boring you with this? Or pause and say anyway, enough about that. This gives them an out and shows you're aware they might not care as much as you do. Or better yet, find the bridge. Connect your topic to something they care about. Make it relevant to them. Mistake number 6. You interrupt constantly. They're mid-sentence and you cut them off to add your thought. Or you finish their sentences for them. Or you're so excited to share your point that you can't wait for them to complete theirs. Here's the psychology. Interrupting communicates that what you have to say is more important than what they're saying. It's disrespectful and it shuts people down. After being interrupted a few times, people just stop trying to contribute. They lose interest because they realize the conversation isn't safe for them to participate in. How to fix it? Practice waiting. Even if you have a great point, hold it until they finish. Count to 2 after they stop speaking before you respond. This ensures they're actually done and not just pausing. And if you do accidentally interrupt, acknowledge it. Sorry, I cut you off. Please continue. Mistake number 7. You're clearly distracted. You're looking at your phone, glancing around the room. Your body is angled away from them. You're giving them partial attention while your mind is somewhere else. Here's the brutal truth. People can tell. And when they feel like they're competing with your phone or your wandering attention, they stop investing in the conversation. Why would they share anything meaningful when you're not fully present? How to fix it? Put your phone away, not face down on the table, away, in your pocket or bag. Turn your body toward them. Make eye contact. Be where you are. If you genuinely can't focus, be honest. I'm really distracted right now. Can we continue this later when I can give you my full attention? That's better than fake listening. Mistake number 8. You make everything heavy or negative. Every conversation turns into complaining, venting, or discussing problems. The weather sucks, work is terrible, people are awful, the world is falling apart. Constant negativity is exhausting. People lose interest because talking to you feels like emotional labor. They leave conversations with you feeling drained, not energized. Here's the psychology. Humans are drawn to positive energy, not toxic positivity, but genuine lightness, humor, hope. If every interaction with you is heavy, people will start avoiding those interactions. How to fix it? Balance. It's okay to share struggles, but don't make it your entire conversational identity. Bring some lightness. Share something you're excited about. Ask about something positive in their life. End conversations on a better note than you started them. Mistake number 9. You don't share anything real. The opposite problem. You keep everything surface level, safe, generic. You ask questions, but you never reveal anything about yourself. You're interviewing them, not connecting with them. Here's the psychology. Connection requires vulnerability. If you never share anything real, people can't connect with you. And without connection, interest fades. People lose interest because the conversation feels one-sided or superficial. There's no depth, no real person to connect with. How to fix it? Share something. Not your deepest trauma in the first conversation, but something genuine. A real opinion, a real feeling, a real experience. Let people see you, not just a polished version of you. Mistake number 10. You don't match their energy. They're calm and thoughtful, you're loud and intense. They're excited and animated, you're flat and monotone. You're not reading or matching the energy they're bringing to the conversation. Here's the psychology. Mirroring creates rapport. When there's a huge mismatch in energy, it creates disconnect. People feel like you're on different wavelengths. How to fix it? Pay attention to their pace, volume, and energy level. You don't have to completely change yourself, but meet them partway. If they're speaking softly, lower your volume. If they're animated, bring a bit more energy. This isn't being fake, it's being attuned. Mistake number 11. You don't know when to end the conversation. You keep talking long after the natural endpoint. The conversation has run its course, but you keep stretching it out with small talk or forced topics. The other person is clearly ready to go, but you won't let it end. Here's the psychology. Overstaying makes people regret engaging with you in the first place. Even if the first 10 minutes were great, dragging it out for 30 makes them associate you with feeling trapped. How to fix it? Learn to read closing signals, short answers, looking at their watch, shifting their body away, saying well a lot. When you see these, gracefully exit. It was great talking to you. I'll let you go. Let's catch up again soon. Leave them wanting more, not wishing you'd left sooner. Here's the truth. Most people who struggle with conversations don't have a personality problem. They have an awareness problem. They're not paying attention to the other person. They're in their own head, thinking about what to say next, worrying about how they're coming across, or just waiting for their turn to talk. Great conversationalists are present. They listen actively. They notice body language. They adjust in real time. They make the other person feel seen and heard. And when you do that, people don't lose interest. They lean in. Start with one mistake from this list. Maybe it's asking more follow-up questions. Maybe it's talking less and listening more. Maybe it's putting your phone away and being fully present. Pick one and practice it in every conversation this week. You'll notice the difference immediately. Remember, people don't remember what you said. They remember how you made them feel. Make them feel heard, valued, and interested, and they'll never lose interest in talking to you. If this helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more social skills and communication content. Drop a comment and tell me which mistake you're guilty of. No judgment. We're all learning. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.